right. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Welcome. Episode 13. Man, lucky number 13. So it is pretty much the end of November. It did not get out and do a shoot last weekend. I was just busy as hell. But this past, so it's Sunday, November 26th. Happy late Thanksgiving to you guys. So it was Thanksgiving this past week. Was fairly busy from Thursday till Saturday. So luckily I have today, Sunday, to do a little shoot. But yeah, I didn't get out last weekend and do anything. I've also been going hard on editing all those photos from the previous episodes from September, October. So, but it looks definitely a little bit different in my area right now. Snow, we've been having a little bit of snow flurries, but last night we just pretty much got our first kind of real snowfall that's sticking around. Very light snow, not even barely anything, but it looks pretty cool right now. It's noon, so sunset's at 4:30, something like that. So I have about 4 hours till sundown, but it snowed a little bit today. There's just like a light dusting covering everything, so it looks pretty cool. Pretty cloudy out, but the sun is popping through a little bit, so I'm going to try, and I was really debating if I wanted to go in town or do a little hike, but I think it's going to be best if I do a little hike, because just the way the snow is kind of sticking on everything, it looks pretty cool on the trees and stuff. And I really want to try and get some cool like forest pictures. Like I've really been wanting to. I was doing so much in-town stuff, obviously, during the peak fall. I want to try and kind of hone in and get better at doing kind of forest, woodland pictures, not really of anything, I guess, like not of like the trail, just kind of, because I do a lot of trail shots. I want to mix it up and see if I can kind of get detail on some other stuff and get a little bit of different like subject matter, I guess, to focus in on. So I want to switch it up, try and get better at doing that. And yeah, if you guys like, if you have any like skill like that there's an aspect that you're lacking in, always try and improve on it, right? So I want to get better at doing kind of that, and I can explain more kind of when I'm out in the field looking at it. It'll be easier. But yeah, so we'll do a little hike. Check out, it's kind of this long trail I was looking at with a bunch of bridges on it, and it's kind of out in the middle of freaking nowhere. So it should be pretty cool. It is hunting. I think it's still hunting season right now, but this area is, I think it's like protected or whatever. But I'll probably still wear like some orange or something because, yeah, Wisconsin obviously huge for deer hunting. And this is like, I'm pretty sure it's still hunting season. November 26th. I don't know. You guys can. I'm not. I want to get into hunting eventually, but never have. My family never really did all that. So, yeah. So it's pretty crazy. It's almost December, but yeah, it's moving by quick. So this will be I think this will be a good one. I've got a pretty good day here, but I do gotta kind of be quick about it. I will mention as well, with winter coming up and it being kind of pre-winter right now, I want to get pretty much like blue light. If you guys know what like the blue hour is, I want to focus more on getting blue hour photos. So it's pretty much the hour like right after sunset is the blue hour, where everything is still kind of lit up. And it creates like a really kind of eerie visual atmosphere kind of to the photos and stuff. And I think for the past few nights, it's been like pretty much a full moon around here. So I think that hour right after sunset will be pretty cool, um, to get photos kind of out in the wilderness. Or I mean, I'll probably be closer to the to the end of the trail by then, but we'll see. So that's kind of my goal. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, we'll have some fun today. So I'll probably start getting out there again. I want to kind of shoot later in the day now. I'll probably start heading out around like 2:15, 2:30, something like that. So I'm gonna have lunch here, get ready, and yeah, I will see you guys out in the trail in just a sec. So it'll be like 1 second for you, but a couple hours for me. So we'll cut to the field footage. All right, let's get it. Beautiful day. Okay, guys, I just came off the trailhead there. You can see the bridge behind me, but it's a beautiful day out. I already saw kind of some groups of people walking around, but it's about 30 degrees, so I'm hoping my batteries all survive for a little bit here. But as you can see, the first snowfall definitely came, so kind of just a light pack over everything. But I'm down on this little stream bed here. It's pretty cool. Just getting some pictures around here, so I'll flip the camera around, but should be a good hike. Got a couple pictures here. It's kind of a cool reflection with the water. Pretty nuts. So just walking up the trail here, guys. It's pretty straight for now, but there's a lot of bridges and little paths. But kind of what I was saying in the intro was I'm really trying to get some high quality and kind of interesting woodland pictures here. And stuff in kind of frames that you wouldn't really expect. So I'm gonna see if I can mix it up a little bit. If I see any really good kind of frames, I'll record for you guys. Might honestly stop on this bridge and look for something. But this trail is so long, I kind of want to check more of it out. It's got a vertical shot here. Thought it looked pretty cool. Got a nice little vertical shot here again, guys. I found this kind of interesting. Little stump in the middle of the pond here. It's so quiet out here right now, though. A little bit of snow falling. Kind of an interesting shot, though. I think this might look even cooler when it's darker out.
keep moving. This is kind of a cool scene here. I'm gonna stop for sure. This looks nuts. Very good lighting right now. Go widescreen for you. Nice shot here, guys. Looks even better on video. I also got a vertical shot here just of the trees alone. That look pretty cool. There's 7 bridges here. About a 2.5 mile walk down the trail. It's 2:30 right now, so I think a lot of these scenes will look even cooler as night comes. Got a couple shots along the bank here, just after that bridge. Sun is starting to creep out. A little bit of snow falling. Very pretty. Got some more shots right about in here. This looks kind of cool to me. This is kind of what I was talking about, just kind of unique angles, interesting shots, a lot of depth here. Go widescreen so you can see. Still a long way to go. About 2 hours to sunset. I gotta start heading back, obviously, before sunset. So, gotta keep an eye on the clock. I've seen a couple groups of people out here in blaze orange. So, good thing I got my blaze orange hoodie on. Bridge number 5 here, guys. It's definitely getting darker. That's for sure. Pretty cool little, there's lots of cool little waterways all over the place here. There's also this bench. So I've been taking some photos on the way up here. And it's this cool bench. Kind of made for a nice photo here. Just kind of got behind it, as you guys can see. That's a pretty nice shot. I like that. Very pretty. But we're so that's bridge number 5. It's about 2:45 right now. I got here like 1:30, so it's probably been a little over an hour. I've definitely seen some stuff here. Let me flip the camera. Okay, so yeah, like I was saying, it's like 2:45. It's definitely getting dark. But I've seen some shots that I want to take on the way back when it's darker. Hopefully give it a whole different feel. But I've gotten some really nice ones on the way up, as you guys have been seeing. I mean, the snow here is it's really sticking to everything. And it's the first snow of the year, first real snow. So everything's pretty sticky. It's like 30 degrees, not too bad. I'm not wearing gloves. Really nice out. It's so peaceful out here, man. And I read the sign on the way in, and it says there is hunting allowed. So, probably why I've been seeing with people with blaze orange, but none of them were carrying guns. I don't know. I'm sure we're fine. So, we'll keep scoping it out here. Only 2 bridges left. I think we'll get to the end here. Look at how dense these woods are, guys. We're coming up on bridge number 6, but I mean, it's just super thick back here. Pretty gnarly. It's so quiet too. So quiet. So you guys can see, probably, it's getting pretty dark. Very cloudy right now. First I've seen one of those. Alright guys, looks like we've reached the end here. What looks to be it. Oh, looks like the old bridge is down. This is just the old site. Nice. This is pretty cool. So this must have been the site of the old bridge. Pretty. Well, looks like this is our turning around point, guys. Literally the end of the trail. Still some leaves left on this guy. Huh. So, yeah, we'll turn around here, guys. I'll probably hang around here for a little bit. Get some photos of this. Because why not? And it's about 3 o'clock right now, so it's super cloudy. I don't know if we're exactly gonna get the blue hour that I'm hoping for, but I'll stay here for a bit and then try and get some stuff for you guys on the way back there. I'll get one last look at the river here before we go. Nice shot here just of the trail, guys. Okay, so you guys can see in the background there, just past bridge number 5. Took a few shots just around there of the trail and kind of the waterway. So it's about 3:30 right now. So you guys can see it's getting pretty dark. Unfortunately, it's like super cloudy. I didn't really think of this. So there's not really gonna be like too much of a blue hour, I don't think. But well, we shall see. I still got a pretty decent ways to go. But I'm honestly pretty happy with this one. I got some, I think I came away with some different kind of woodland shots of the forest and stuff. So this is kind of a good switch up. Ooh, this is cool. Check this out, guys. Look at that. That's pretty gnarly. I'm definitely gonna stop and take this. So the trail there. Pretty cool, man. Gonna go lower exposure, make it dark. Alright guys, so a little bit of an update. You can see the end of the trail way down there. So, nearing the end. It's definitely very overcast right now. It's super cloudy. So, I may check out this little offshoot trail real quick. But I haven't taken too many photos on the way back. Just haven't really. I thought it would be a little bit darker at this point, but that's all right. So might check out this little trail down here, and then we'll just start heading back up heading back out to the truck up there. So we'll just kind of see where this goes for a little bit, just to check it out. Got the power lines down. Alright guys, check this out quick. The sun is just setting. I'm in kind of this backwoods area. We got a nice little shot here of the bridge. The sun was just lighting up these trees in the back here, but it's already gone. I got it just for a second. That's a pretty nice shot, I think. Kind of some cool framing. So Just kind of walking around, scoping out some spots before I head back up. But yep, it's about that time. The sun's just setting, so we'll wrap it up here pretty quick. Okay guys, back at the bridge number 1 here. So made it back down the trail. The lighting is honestly really cool right now. Looks really good. Sun's still setting. So I might stop here for just a second, take a few pictures, and then head up over the road there and check it out kind of by the parking lot area. So yeah, check out this reflection. My reflection looks pretty gnarly. Cool. Sun is just setting over the horizon there, guys. I just crossed the road here. There's this other little park, it's very tiny, just across the way. But check out the view here. Some bluffs in the background, nice little cornfield. But there's just a little trail winding through here. So it's about blue hour right now. So I'm just gonna walk through here, see if I can't see anything. It's pretty short, it looks like, so check it out. Huge oak tree right here. Took a couple shots of this, pretty cool. Nice landscape setting. Check this out, guys. Kind of some cool history about this place. So this is an old wind tower. This used to be an old farm site. Very, very old. So you guys can see there. Stevenson Farmstead. So it's obviously not here anymore, but the old windmill. You can see it in the picture there, actually. Pretty cool. Some old Midwest history. Pretty sweet. Now it's this whole park is preserved now, so it's pretty cool. But I'm gonna wrap it out here pretty soon, guys. Just take a couple more shots here in this little park area, and then we'll get in the truck. Okay, so I think we're ending it here with a pretty good banger. Sun setting. Got a nice frame here, the telephone wires and the trees. And I waited here long enough to see some cars drive by here. So you guys aren't seeing them now, but I got some photos with a car driving through here, vertical and landscape. So I think that's gonna turn out pretty damn cool. But we'll head in. We'll call that a day. It's about 4:30, so sun is set. Didn't get like a ton of blue hour photos, but it's okay. Came out here a little bit earlier than I should have. Got a little bit excited, so but we'll pack it in here. Did about 3.5 hours today, so lots of photos. That's pretty sweet. Okay, friends, so that'll do it for episode 13 field footage. Back at the truck here. Yeah, it was a good day, a very good day. I got a good variety of photos, I think. Mixed it up there a little bit, tried to throw in some stuff that I wouldn't normally take pictures of, kind of just random stuff along the way. Took a little bit more time kind of focusing on those. So, and then just the ending here with sunset, I thought that was pretty cool. So I got some good lighting, good photos today. A bunch to edit. First snowfall, got to go hard. So, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you back in the crib for editing. Peace out.
All right. What's up, guys? Welcome to the stew. Welcome to the crib. Yeah, so we're gonna do some overview. Not editing. Not gonna edit anything in this one. Kind of following the last ones. Just got a ton of pictures. I actually got like way more photos out of that last shoot than expected. So we'll just review. I kind of selected out some of the better photos that I want to kind of dive into a little bit more and actually edit. So I selected out a couple of those. We'll take a look at here. And so that was But overall, that was a really good hike. First snowfall of I guess the year. Didn't stick around or anything like that. It went away pretty quick, but that was fun just to get out there and see everything kind of with a new eye, I guess. When you get stuff like that happening, first snowfall, fall leaves changing colors and stuff, I feel like it's good to get out there right away and just kind of experiment around. That was kind of the idea, I think, behind that shoot, was I was really just trying to get out there. And even though I wasn't, it was a pretty simple hike. Like, the trail was just straight and narrow in a pretty forested place. There were cool kind of waterway spots along the way there, but no, I wouldn't say there was any, crazy kind of geographical features. I wasn't up in the bluffs or anything like that. It was just mainly forest. But just with the first snowfall and everything, I think it was a good little experimentation kind of photo shoot, trying to get different shots of stuff that, obviously, with it being the first snowfall, I haven't taken photos with the snow for a year now. So kind of getting out there and getting the feel for it in a kind of different I guess environmental situation is good. So I was happy with that one. I was definitely trying to see stuff and pick out, I guess, frames and scenes that I wouldn't normally kind of shoot. So, excuse me, a lot of the photos in this one, a lot of them more, I would say. I mean, there's a decent amount that just didn't turn out. Obviously you're gonna get those with trying to do stuff a little bit differently. But for the most part, I'd say, a lot of these ones, they turned out pretty damn good. And with a little bit of editing time, kind of putting them in the time to spruce them up a little bit, I think some of these could turn out pretty good. And with that, I was really trying to, my goal was trying to take simple, kind of mundane scenes within the woods and along the trail there, and just take the photos in a way that makes them kind of a little bit more interesting and intriguing, if that makes sense. So kind of simple, mundane scenes out in nature, taken in a photographic way that makes the scene appear more interesting, and gives it, I guess, more uniqueness to the photo. So that's what I was kind of trying to do. But yeah, I think it turned out, man. I think it was a good one. So let's not waste any more time. Hop onto the screen here, and we'll get right into it. So this was the last weekend of November, and I should say before we start, so this was November 26th, Sunday, that we were getting out there and doing this. So it was the weekend of Thanksgiving. So yeah, but it's honestly pretty crazy. Like November's already done. I only got out and did like 2 photo shoots. It was this one and then one like 2 weeks ago. So I haven't been getting out as much within this month, and that's simply just because I've been spending so much time editing photos from September and October. I've just got tons of fall photos that I'm trying to get through. So some of those weekends were just purely filled with mostly just editing work and looking over fall photos from September, October. I'm going to be doing that still until I am reaching more so the kind of the final photos of those months, which is good. I've gotten through quite a bit. I haven't posted any on JPEG Store yet. I've been busy with work and trying to just get through them. So eventually they'll get up there. But yeah, I haven't been getting out too much this month, and this month it's honestly been pretty bare. There's, obviously November, there's just not much going on outside. It's just cloudy, overcast all the time, not very good photo shoot situations. So that's fine though. This month is usually the month where I take just more time to focus on editing and that kind of thing. So no worries there though. I mean, now that we're getting more into winter, I'm going to start trying to incorporate more of these winter photo shoots. And with winter coming and everything, you guys will start to see an entirely different kind of photographic style that I try and go for. A lot more kind of dark exposure, kind of, what's the word? I can't think of it, but more just like kind of dimly lit, dark exposure. I can't think of like the characterization word for these types of photos, but you get what I'm saying. Like just winter style of photos. So we'll get into it though. Again, I went through these already, kind of selected out some of the main ones that I want to take a look at, and I'll just run through those quick here. So this guy here, just right off the bat, kind of with this stream bed here, looking down, I thought was pretty cool. And with the first snow, this snow is just sticking to everything, so it really made for some interesting scenes. And so that one was pretty cool, just along the stream bed there. And then I also got a kind of a landscape shot of this area, and I really thought this reflection was cool with the water here in the tree. It was just so still, made a very clear reflection, so kind of picked up on that, wanted to take that photo there. I'll scroll through some of the rest of these ones that didn't turn out, but I'll just go through and kind of pick out the best ones that I was looking at. This one is not too great. Like a lot of these, like you'll see, I'm just kind of like experimenting around, taking photos of very simple kind of scenes, trying to pick out, interesting frames and whatnot to shoot. Yeah, so this one is just one of the trail and the bridges. So lots of bridges along there, which is pretty cool. This one just of the trail here going along. I was looking at just the layout of this area, and I thought this kind of created a good composure of kind of the trees here, the trail, and then the lighting. With snow falling, with fresh snow and the snow coming in now, it really lights up. Obviously, like the ground and the if you're on a trail, it'll light up the trail. So you can kind of play with the snow and the lighting effects that snow makes within kind of the photos. You can mess around with that and kind of make it. I would say you've got more. You got more of an ability to manipulate the lighting with snow in the photos here and the exposure. But just get out there, experiment around. Find exposure settings or what's the word? I guess just find settings within your camera or
whatever that you're kind of seeing. I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you're out shooting on like a wintry day, something like that, or just a kind of a overcast day, a lot of clouds going on, not a whole lot of sunlight, like just try messing around with the camera settings, finding like an f-stop or an exposure setting that is going to, I guess, bring out the stuff in the photos that you want to be highlighted and you want to, I guess, not be highlighted, right? You want to kind of mess around with, like, cameras nowadays have so many different types of settings. It's going to pay off to know those different settings and to be able to kind of hone them in depending on the type of day you're out kind of going and doing your shoot. So getting comfortable with the camera settings and that kind of thing, it's going to help you to create kind of photos that you're looking for, right, in the unedited version. And then you can kind of go into Photoshop or whatever and bring it out even more in the editing. So this was cool, though. I like this scene here. This is honestly a really good vertical shot of the stream bed. I like kind of the trees in the background and the focus I had going on here. Thought that one was pretty cool. And then just a landscape version of the same shot, right? Again, that's kind of a good tip. If you're at a spot that you're taking a photo of, try and flip it around, right? Try and do vertical or portrait style. And then also, flip it around to some landscape and see just the difference in, what that photo feels like with it being a portrait style and a landscape style. Can really change up, the whole feeling of the photograph when you're looking at both of them. So this was cool again, stream bed. Just lots of kind of woodland scenes going on here. But I did think this was a cool frame just with the depth of this. You've got tree in the foreground, tree kind of in the midground here, and then the photo kind of directs your eye down into this center region of the stream. So it's got good depth to it, I believe, like kind of leads your eye in that direction through the photo. I didn't actually highlight any of these guys with the bench here along the pond. I don't know, just seemed kind of boring to me. Like, there's some people walking with some blaze orange. I should have took more photos of this. Could have turned out better, but you guys will see, like, the majority of photos just don't turn out, man. Like, you have to expect that over half of the photos you take are just not going to be, they're just not going to turn out or be, I guess, like eye-catching, or they're not going to have that pop to it, right? You have to expect that. And at least, unless you're like unless you've got a crazy different style of photos and you're a crazy perfectionist and every frame, every scene that you stop and take a photo at, you're going to make it, so it's damn near perfect. Like, I don't have the time to do that out in the field. I'm walking, I'm moving, I'm trying to see as much as I can. So, and I think that's, how it is for most photographers. I don't want to generalize, but you know what I'm trying to say. So this is a very cool photo. I like this. I like this one a lot. This was heading on the way back now, so you can obviously tell it got dark really quick. But this is kind of what I'm talking about, where the winter scenes, they can really light up the trail. And anything that kind of the snow is really sticking to, it's gonna kind of suck in light into that feature or whatever. So obviously the trail is just super lit up, and then with the dark exposure, everything around it, it's pretty dark. So I really like how that turned out. The feel of this one, I mean, just really cool. When this goes into editing, I'm going to darken up make this way darker around the trail. And then it can turn out to be kind of a spooky, desolate kind of photo. It can look pretty cool. And it just looks like, I'm in the middle of nowhere out here in this photo, which is pretty nuts. in reality, a couple miles from the truck. But I like those types of photos where it makes you feel like you're kind of in the middle of nowhere, far away from civilization. I just like the feel of that. So keep moving through here. Nothing highlighted through here. Nothing crazy. Again, this is on the walk back. So the sun was setting here, just coming down, hitting the trees. I got down on this little trail, kind of looking towards the bridge here on this bank. But that sun was hitting the trees pretty nice there. And it was actually giving a pretty cool golden lighting effect to the trees in the background there. So with some editing, again, I can make this pop a lot more and turn it into something really pretty. So let's see here, going through. As the sun was setting, let's see, I think I missed one. There it is. So this is honestly kind of cool. If I spent some time doing some editing on this one, it could turn out pretty cool, I think. Got the sun through the trees here just setting. And because I'm looking through the trees and this is so thick, I was actually able to get the general outline of the sun too, which is kind of cool. So with some editing, this could turn out pretty cool. Darken up the exposures, bring out the highlights, all that kind of good stuff. This reflection I thought was dope. Of the water there, the sunset, the trees, again with some editing, darken up the exposure, really bring out the highlights around the reflection and that in the sky and that kind of thing, and man, could turn out to be a good photo. So probably take a look at that one as well. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Just turned around and boom, there's a really dope reflection going on. So right back at the top of the trail here, kind of crossed over that road into this other park or kind of conservancy park area. It was an old farmstead, and it was actually really cool. Some really cool history with this little park here. So it's fun to mosey around here, kind of read about the history of the place. There was a shot here with this oak tree that I'm definitely going to take a look at. So you guys can see here, just a huge oak tree. I really like the composure of this photo with the bluff line in the background, and there's just a lot going on. Like there's this it just has a lot of good elements in this photo with the farm field, the lines of the harvested corn there, kind of makes for a good background leading in to the bluff lines, and then of course in the foreground you've got this beautiful big oak tree. So there's a lot of kind of subjects within this photo, and I think it makes just a good composure overall. So definitely take a look at that one, and then just another kind of frame that I selected out, a little bit darker than the last one. So we'll, again, I'll go through these. These ones that we're taking a look at now, kind of the best of the best that I picked out. So I'll dive into them more and really kind of really tune them up when I bring them into Photoshop. And then last but not least here, guys, ending with probably the best photos of the entire day. This was very, I would say, spontaneous. This was a spontaneous kind of moment. And you guys will have these. Like, the more you do photography, the more this will happen as an occurrence. And I love when this happens. Like, when it's happening that you're going to get a good one. And usually it's unexpected, right? So in this case, I was walking through this little park conservancy area, farmstead area, and I noticed this frame and this obviously the sunset in this is just beautiful, right? You've got the pink clouds coming through in the background here, and then the telephone pole and the telephone wires make a good contrast between the trees, like the branches of the trees. Again, I think I've talked about this before. I really like in photos, I think contrasting like mechanical elements and nature elements, having kind of both within a photo can give you a really interesting contrast between those two elements, because it's obviously like human-made stuff, man-made stuff, and nature. So I always find that the more, like if the opportunity arises where you can kind of you see a photo that combines both of those elements, and you can, find a good find a good frame or scene with those elements. Those photos can definitely turn out really, really cool. So keep that in mind. But again, kind of all elements going on here, and then obviously there's the road right here. So I waited here for a decent amount of time for some cars to drive by, and just got these photos. And I think these are honestly the best of the whole day. Car driving through here again. I got a portrait style photo of that, and then also I think this one is honestly could be even better with the truck. Because this truck, you can see movement, right? It's kind of blurry. It's blurred out a little bit because it's moving fast. And then obviously the whole scene kind of brings it together. So I just really like the composure of this photo, man. It's just so sick to me. So sick. So between this one and the portrait style one, those are definitely kind of the best two. And again, you can see there, this is an example of trying both types of photos: portrait vertical style and horizontal landscape style. And two different kind of shapes, I guess. Long rectangle, I don't even know what I'm saying. Portrait style, landscape style, two completely different kind of formats of shooting. Same subject, you get a different feel for both of these. So definitely try doing that if you're out and about doing photos. You can come away with just more of a variety of the of that kind of that photo subject, of that photo itself. So those were some of the best ones throughout that little hike, guys. Honestly, like you saw, quite a bit. There's honestly quite a bit to come out that I'm going to pull out of this one. So pretty happy overall, man. I mean, I cannot complain with jump to the beginning there. Cannot complain with this photo shoot here. I mean, again, like there was not a lot of there's not a lot of outstanding, mind-blowing geographical features. This is simply just a hiking trail in the woods with some bridges on it. It's pretty cool. There's a stream running through this area, but nothing crazy, man. It's just simply a hiking trail with some bridges on it going through the woods. And out of this, I'm coming away with some decent photos. Obviously, thanks to the first snowfall for making these kind of pop more and give these photos some kind of interesting life to them. In the middle of summer, these are going to look completely different, obviously. I don't think they'd be as interesting if the whole landscape here is just completely lush and green. I honestly don't think it'd be as, compelling. I don't think these photos would be as compelling. I think the winter scene with these makes them more interesting, gives them more, I don't know, it just makes it more interesting. It's different theme altogether. So I'm pretty happy with these, man. We'll just scroll through them all here, kind of looking at these. I know I'm going fast, guys, but I'm gonna wrap it out here pretty soon. Overall, pretty happy with this one, man. Definitely get out and if you guys, I would say if you guys notice, if you notice any crazy weather patterns come through, or a change of season, anything like that, maybe you live in a really I don't know, maybe you live in maybe it's been sunny for a long time and there's a thunderstorm. It's the first thunderstorm in a while. I've gone out and taken photos in the rain before. Definitely try and I would say if you notice any changes in weather patterns, a change in the season, anything like that, I would say it's always good just to get out somewhere and experiment, right? You want to get out and try and get a feel for the climate, the atmosphere, and yeah, it's gonna help you in the long run, right? It's gonna tune up your skills with taking photos in different environments, different climates, different seasons. It's going to tune that up, and the more you can do it, the more you can kind of force yourself and push yourself to get out here and actually do it, the better you're going to be at it, right? And I find that the sooner you can do it as well, like this was literally the first snow of the season, right? So now I already have, personally, a photo shoot in the books, right? I'm already a little bit more warmed up to shooting in the winter. And so the faster you can kind of get warmed up to the new season, the new environment, wherever you're at, kind of the more you can push yourself to warm up and get kind of photo shoots under your belt, the more comfortable you're going to be, right? You're not going to have that kind of overwhelming feeling of getting out in the field somewhere, perfect day, perfect area, and you're overwhelmed with, whatever, just like the photos or, there's just, if you're not warmed up, I guess what I'm trying to say is there is an aspect to like getting warmed up and tuned up for photo shoots, right? If you're not comfortable and you don't know what you're looking for, you're not really familiar with your camera settings, all that kind of stuff put together, you can get overwhelmed. You can get overwhelmed on the photo shoot. So let's hop off the screen. I'm done. I'm done with the computer. Let's just wrap this up. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is like, if you push yourself to get out there and get acclimated to, the climate, the atmosphere, the season that you're taking photos in, the time of day, anything like that. The more you can do it, get tuned up and get photo shoots under your belt, get some experience with that, the better you're going to be at, right? The better off you're going to be. You're going to be more prepared. You're going to come away with photos that you actually enjoy coming back to and editing and making them look even better, right? There's nothing worse than spending like an hour or more, or any amount of time really, looking at a photo, editing it, putting it through that whole process, and then you don't even really feel that connection with the photo, right? You don't get that pop value, that shock value, that interesting kind of uniqueness, that intriguing feeling from the photo. If you don't get that initially from the unedited photo, you're not going to enjoy editing it, and you're not going to enjoy kind of going through that process of tuning it up and making it look better through Photoshop and that type of thing. Like, you're not even going to want to do that in the first place if you don't feel that kind of connection with the unedited original photo. And obviously, when you're out in the field taking the photo, you should be feeling that connection already with it, right? While you're looking through the camera and you're seeing that frame and you're taking that picture, you should already be feeling, if you're prepared, you're warmed up, you've been doing the right things and kind of doing that, you should be feeling kind of that, oh man, this is great, this is the one, right? When you're taking that photo, you should already be feeling that connection with the frame, like, oh man, this is it, I can't wait to look at this on the computer and put this through Photoshop, right? You should already be feeling and having those thoughts kind of when you're out in the field and taking photos. Like, that's kind of what I look for a lot of the time. I at least want to have that feeling with one or two photos or frames when I'm out in the field doing the photo shoot, right? I want to have that feeling at least a couple times. If I don't come away with that feeling of when I'm taking that photo and I'm like, can't wait to see this one on the computer, if I'm not getting that feeling, it's kind of a bummer, right? Then it's kind of like, I'm not really feeling the excitement from this photo shoot, right? So kind of keep that in mind, man. I mean, just be prepared, kind of try and warm up to things, hone in your techniques and your skills so that once you do get out there in the field, you're excited and you're amped up about wanting to come away with something good, and you're going to work harder for it, right? You're going to spend more time out there kind of messing around and kind of honing things in. So just keep that in mind, some little tip. So, but that'll do it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed. It was good getting out there. There'll be more snow to come for sure. It's been a little bit warmer now, going into December here, but it's Wisconsin, man. So you got to expect that by the end of the year we're gonna have some feet of snow under us. So expect more of that in the future. In terms of fall photos, I will be making a separate video here eventually, kind of wrapping out all of this. This video is still within the fall season, but I do want to make some specific videos, just kind of closing out the season before we go into winter. And I got to think about that more and how I want to do that, but expect that kind of to come in the future. And then obviously we'll kind of go over like my plans, I guess, in terms of what I want to do with these photo seasons, I guess you could say. So expect some of that in the future. I still got to do some planning and thinking of my own with all that. This is all new to me, so I'm still trying to figure it all out. But with that, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys are getting outside, doing some hiking, maybe doing some photos. Yeah, main thing is get outside, man. Do something outside. Breathe that fresh air, even if it's cold. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.